Hello, everybody! Yeah, 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 yeah!
Is that how you? Is it you're trying to get me hype?
Yeah,
It worked.
I'm gonna be your hype man. Spin a towel.
What? I'm hype now. I love the pickle and boot shop.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a paid portion of the Patreon portion version of the Pickle and Boot Shop.
I'm excited. This is my favorite podcast
Ever. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had to sit through the free version of the Pickle and Boot Shop this week, God bless you. My brain was not into it. I got jolted from something that was going on at work that I found out through an email just moments before we hit record. So that was kind of weird. Reese just made the weirdest face ever that I think should make the lowlights just for no reason. See how long you can stay like that.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Glaven. I was wondering if there was a way that we can make it so girls will kiss our lips and hug us.
Do you think I should go for my next driver's license picture? Just hold my neck like that until they call me up?
Yeah.
Can I smile? Am I allowed to smile?
Just sit there in your seat like that. And then when they call you up, go up there and stand there perfect. like you're sitting in your chair like that. And then go, oh, and you also have to have a spaghetti colander on your head.
It's a good idea. Then also
what's that? It's like the church of the Chef Boyardee.
The Pastafarians.
Pastafarians.
Yeah.
People are so stupid. It's so funny.
Whoa, whoa.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
Can we be serious for a second?
Yeah.
This is a serious podcast we do here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to put on my serious face.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of you have come here for answers, which Joe and I have. We're just keeping them from you.
Unless you pay more.
Yeah, you pay more, and then we'll give you a little bit of answers. And then you pay a little bit more answers. A little bit
like
more.
A Slipknot album.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Slipknot album. We put out an album. Tell our fans that they're maggots. Tell them that they have no hope in their life. And then and they can't get out of any situation that they're in. And then we give them a year to think about it and really get down in the deep in that depression. And then we come out with another album and people will buy that album and think, okay, now they're going to tell us how to get out of this funk that they put us in. Nope. We're going to continue to call our fans maggots, continue to just bury them deeper and deeper and deeper into hopelessness.
And then they put out another album where they're talking about magnets and clouds. And they're like, what's up, Willie G? What's his name?
It's
Crazy
Shaggy 2 Dope,
Shaggy
and Violent
2 Dope,
J.
And Violent J. Those are the guys in
So
Slipknot,
Shaggy
right?
2 Dope, my girlfriend Heidi saw him at work. He was out of makeup, obviously.
What?
He does not walk around dressed like a wicked clown.
But she saw him at recognize
work.
Him?
Yeah.
How do you know? He's got a juggalo tattoo?
Yeah. Just right across his throat. No, I don't know if he does or not.
She saw him at work. What was she doing?
She was working. I don't actually I'm not allowed to say, right?
Working the pole. Say it.
Well, like I can't like say where she works and then people know where like
she doesn't listen to this. She won't know.
I don't think I should. I don't think that's responsible.
You don't want to. You're responsible for Shaggy 2 Dope. Good for you, Joe.
Yeah. I look out for ICP.
Yeah.
They're local boys. I grew up. I didn't grow up with them, but I grew up.
Adjacent.
Liking their music. I still listen to their music.
I'm adjacent to them.
I would attend a gathering of the Juggalos.
I would not. and I don't listen to her music, and I don't.
I would never attend a gathering of the Juggalos. It's worse than going to a Renaissance festival.
I don't like their music. I'm going to come out and say that, but I do like the fact that they made a place for real weird people to feel like family, and that is amazing. I think that is cool.
I don't expect people to like their music. I think their music is written like funny, like a funny horror movie.
Yeah.
Like a rated R comedy horror. They don't take themselves seriously. And I think it also has to stem from them just being from Detroit. Like, you know, you hear them rap about area, like the stuff that's around you. Everybody knows somebody who knows them. So I think that's why they
or sees them at work.
You know, while you're pouring concrete, they're standing
or
there.
You're being a male dancer. And you're
and they're standing there.
You see them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just wicked clowns. So
we have a podcast.
You were on a podcast recently, weren't you?
Yesterday.
What podcast did you do?
It's called Labeled. Guess what I forgot to do? Talk about this podcast. It's this huge podcast.
You've made a habit of that.
Could have been like
every podcast you're on, you don't talk about this.
Hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Ropocalypse. I didn't say either one of those things. I was like, I love your band, Emery. That's what I did. I listen to your podcast a lot, sir.
Good job, dude.
Good job.
Free advertising to a completely different demographic, and you effed it up.
Well, Joe, that's why, you know what? You could have gotten Leonore on your podcast. She would talk nonstop about herself and her podcast and the other podcast she was on. Are you having second thoughts about this?
About second thoughts about what?
What are you doing with your eyes right now, Joe? Look, are you having Bell's palsy?
My eyebrows feel very like elasticy. So I'm seeing them in the
very
camera.
Elasticy.
I'm seeing them in the camera. Dude,
are you
know what I
some
did?
Sort of palsy?
Hey, I went and got new glasses. And
they look new.
Well, like when you go to the eye doctor and you get them and
you talked about this like a month ago where you lost your glasses in a chainsaw incident.
Yeah. And so when you get glasses, you go and you pick out the frames and then they drop in the lenses and they're like, okay, your grand total's $850 for this one pair of glasses. However, you have insurance and that brings your cost down to $350. You're like, what? So I got these. I just got them today in the mail. I got them from Zenni Optical.
Oh, I've done those. I've gone to those folks.
And so it was $100 for progressives.
Yeah.
They're the lightest glasses I've ever had.
Yep. Just give them your prescription. And your optometrist is pissed about it. They're just like, you're cheating on me? What?
Yeah. Like I called
you gave me $800. We were a team.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they try to say.
Hey, remember that
then
one
they
time
even realize
I asked you which was better, 1 or 2, 3 or 4, and you gave me $800, and now you're doing this to me? Yeah, go on. I mean, it's standard business.
Yeah, but when they hear 800 come out of their own mouth, they know, like, all right, I hope this guy doesn't know about Zenni.
No, they're like, I had to get a job here to pay off my bill. That's what they say.
Yeah. I'm like, is there any way this can be cheaper than $350? And like, well, you could work here for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Have you ever found glasses on the ground? Go do that. Go outside and look for some glasses. But usually after a car crash, there's one.
Yeah. I called him and was like, hey, can I get my prescription in my pupillary distance? And they gave it to me, and I ordered these glasses.
Mad at you?
They're lightweight.
Yeah.
twice today. I haven't even realized that they're on my face because they're so crystal clear
That's crazy.
compared to my other glasses. They're great. So you guys, Zenni Optical.
Joe, you're real big on pimping brands, dude. You are
that we don't get paid for.
right. I just
Yeah.
wanted to point this out because I've been listening to our podcast, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to do better. And I listened to it, and I was like, "What happened to my True Classic tea? Where'd that go?"
Yeah, seriously.
That's what I'm talking about.
Seriously.
I need something that makes me look like I have muscles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? Go ahead, though.
Well, we
No,
want to continue on
we're
our what?
We're continuing.
Yeah, we're continuing on this our journey of our lyrics.
Journey in the year of our Lord, 2023. Of
2023.
lyrics.
Now,
It's never
here's
gonna
something.
end. I'm gonna tell you guys that. You're gonna be like, a couple times you're gonna be like, oh, that's interesting. And the rest are like, get to a new thing. That's probably already happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, as we go through these songs, there will be days where it might take me 10 minutes to get through one, and it might take you 5. And then we talk about other stuff again, but we at least can get through these and give people some background on this stuff.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm doing is we're going back to Motor City Ska. I did our first 2 off our demo, which was Buddy Boy and
The
Walking Dead. So this is the first track off Motor City Ska, which is Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's Carnival.
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 Nope, not Carnival. Carnival.
Thank you. This whole time I've been saying it wrong.
The title from this song comes from I don't know what. It was back in the days when Nate pretty much named everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some doozies. And so out of nowhere, I think it was the fact that like the instrumental breakdown in this was very Carnival sounding, very like Latin. And Motor City Ska, you got to remember we had Todd on percussion.
Todd.
He had maracas. He had all of that stuff. So that first Motor City Ska album, we had more percussion. And so that's where I believe that
You had the hots
came
for
from.
his sister. Is that what happened?
Huh?
What? Keep going.
And the here's what's weird. I looked up this song on the old Google machine. I looked up Carnival and I read through it. And when I got to the end, listen to this.
I'm ready.
It says songwriters Magnus Svenningsson, Nina Persson, and Peter Anders Svensson. Somebody else has credit for writing this song.
They're getting your ASCAP check, dude.
Yeah.
They're making so much.
They're making $8s of dollars a year.
Yeah, right, Joe.
Yeah. So I don't know how they did that.
Do you think perhaps there is another song called Carnival?
No, these are our lyrics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
On Google, it lists those guys. Well, maybe they're claiming it. Maybe they're covering it, and it became huge in what sounds like Finland.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? So then I went to like Genius lyrics, and there's nothing on there. Then I went to lyrics.com, and they are credited again to writing it.
Not you guys. It seems as if you covered this song.
So I need to figure out why they are on here, why they are credited to this.
My guess is there's another song named Carnival, and then somebody just assigned it to them. They're like, yeah, whatever. This is the same. The Google does that.
The Google machine.
Have you ever?
But anyway, you guys, as this song starts off, this is one that again was written when we were young kids, when we were 18 years old. This song was written on our way to, if I remember correctly, we were on our way to a festival called Michigan Mosh Fest.
I've been there.
And I believe we were on our way to Michigan Mosh Fest when we wrote this song.
Mm-hmm. You were
We
going
were in
to
the
play
back.
it? Or you going
What?
as fans? You were going as a fan? Or are you going to
No,
play
we
it?
were going to play it.
That's cool. Did you
Yeah.
mosh?
No.
Have you ever moshed, Joe?
Plenty of people moshed. Yes, I've moshed.
I mean,
Dude, we
like,
grew up in the noughties, man. We grew up in the 90s.
I'm glad to hear this because I was like, Joe would be a formidable force in the mosh pit.
Yeah, I wasn't too shabby.
Okay. I'm sorry for interrupting.
So this song was written in the back of Al Brown's the first van that we had as a band van that I told you about, that the back floor was rotted and the exhaust would leave the exhaust pipe and then go right up into the gaping hole in the back.
And you would
and just
sleep
fill
on the engine?
Yeah. And it would just, we would all have headaches and be sick to our stomach anywhere we were driving because of that. But basically what we did is we took the lyrics to the song seemed dated because we used popular like commercial and brand name phrases, and we applied like our lyrics and our lingo to it. So it starts off like move over Satan, I'm a God blessed sinner, try chewing on the bread of life, that's what's for dinner.
That's a good lyric.
Yeah. I gotta stand my ground, gotta hold the fort, I gotta pray hard because life's too short. The spirit tastes great, but the world's less filling. You can be all you can be, but you gotta be willing. So we were sitting in the back of the van driving to this festival, and we were just trying to think of all these slogans. That's what I'm looking for.
It's cool.
To stuff. And we were putting it all together. When I talk about that, so we did all these different slogans and we kind of, changed them obviously to be able to convey the message that we wanted to convey. But as we thought of products where we were like stealing and changing their slogans, that's how the song was formed. The cool thing about this song is even playing this song today as a 46-year-old, this isn't one that I'm embarrassed by.
Okay.
It's still to this day, it's super fun to play live. We played it in Grand Rapids.
Did you really?
We'll be
That's
playing
awesome.
it in Hamtramck in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It may be on the bill at Furnace Fest. But it's just fun to play. And the other thing with it, it seems to carry like a good tempo, and the different the way that we play the chorus, from the way that we play the verse, from the way that we play the instrumental, it's all kind of different things. It's got a real nice groove to it. And it's at like a perfect speed where when I do the lyrics, I can really have fun. You know how like when you're learning to sing a song, you learn it the way it's supposed to be sung. So again, if I'm going to be singing it to prove my point here, I might be like, move over Satan, I'm a God blessed sinner, try chewing on the bread of life, it's what's for dinner, said I gotta stand my ground, gotta hold it. Like you just try and get that down. But when you know it and you've been singing it long enough, it kind of allows you the comfort to move around and be like, move over Satan, I'm a God blessed sinner, try chewing on the bread of, and and you can go up and down with your voice, you can do all sorts of weird stuff, you can grit your teeth, and it's just a song that allows me to kind of get the lyrics out and still kind of have like my personality come through in the song. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy playing the song. There's little anthemy parts where the crowd can yell tick tock, things like that. So it was always very fun playing this song. I still like playing this song.
I think it's
I
a
love-
good song live.
Yes,
I
exactly.
always enjoyed when you guys played this.
Yes. And I think our horns always came out and like punched you in the face because we usually started our set with this. If I remember right, we would come out to this early on in our career, and our horns like really shined through. They were very punchy. The trumpet and the trombone just kind of really punched, and I don't know. I just enjoyed playing the song, but that's kind of how we wrote it. It was a group of us that just kind of sat in the back of the van and thinking about different companies at the time and different commercials that were on TV and trying to steal slogans and just kind of do it. So it was just kind of fun and goofy. And yeah, it's just kind of always been that. I think it's kind of been one of my sneaky favorites over the years. So,
and you've kept it in the lineup.
Yeah, kept it in the lineup. And when we had Todd in the band, there were parts, like there's a part in it where it kind of goes to that like Latin-y rhythm, and he would be like popping on the bongos or those types of things. And like I said, he had all like cowbell, all sorts of stuff. And you can kind of hear that. Well, not kind of, you can hear it on the album that there's different percussion in that like now, Nate would do fills and do different things on that. It's still good and it still sounds fine, but back then it was really cool having all that extra percussion and whatnot on there. So yeah, that's always been a favorite of mine.
Did you guys ever add like percussion in production when you're just like have Al come back or something? Not Al.
Todd.
Who did I just say? Todd?
Yeah.
Todd. This is
We
name.
never-
Todd.
Whenever when Todd left the band, he left the band. So he never came back and did percussion on any albums, but we did do percussion on albums. So I remember like the Scallelujahs or maybe Scallelujah 2. I remember Nate telling me, I wasn't with him, but I remember Nate telling me that like him, somebody else in the band, maybe Bo, and then like our producer went over to this place called like, I don't know, it was like the House of Percussion or who was that? Like the Drum Doctor?
Just across the street. This is Detroit. Probably it was. It's just like some old guy who's like, yeah, I played on the Supremes. I was in the Temptations.
Yeah.
Do you want
Well,
do you want?
I think in California there's a company
in
called like the Drum Doctor.
Hey, it's in Hollywood. I've been there.
Yeah, and I think
It's cool.
they'll show up to like your studio, they'll set your drums up, they'll mic all the drums and like get all the levels and everything like that, and they do it like, because they do it all the time, they can do it in an eighth of the time that it would take if like a band and like a producer like set everything up. So it's basically you give these guys the keys to the studio, they set the drums up, one night, and then you show up at the studio the next day and it's all set to go. Well, I think the Drum Doctors also have like a percussion area. And so I think Nate and them went and like, the percussion thing it's called like a jawbone, something like that. It makes like a clacking noise.
I go like,
Yeah,
that
you like
thing?
hit it and it's going.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's called a jawbone.
I think that's what sticks out in my mind, because I think it looks like it's supposed to be like, I don't know, like back in the day they used like an actual like mule's jawbone to make that sound. So anyway, they did that. So I do remember Nate on albums where Todd was no longer in the band.
He would do that stuff.
Yeah, Nate would do percussion, but we wouldn't do it live.
You didn't call Todd back in.
No,
it wasn't because you never recorded in Detroit till you did Soundtrack to Revolution.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. You were always
Yeah.
in California.
We did a couple of albums in Chicago. We did,
Oh yeah, you did
we
the
did,
one with R. Kelly.
yeah. I think that was Fight of My Life that we did in Chicago. I
Okay.
think we did Motor City Ska and Scalleluja in the Green Room in California at the Green Room with Gene Eugene.
Mhm.
Then I think we did Fight of My Life. I think we did that in Chicago, but I want to say we had Gene Eugene for that too, but we just brought him to Chicago.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong on this. But Gene did most of our stuff. We kind of trusted our mixes and whatnot with him. But we didn't have a big toolbox of like good producers. Like I think I said earlier in a different podcast, like our record label always wanted to go out and like get, like they would ask us and we're like, dude, go get the guys, go get the guys who just did the last like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones album.
Yeah.
Like
that costs
like
money.
get somebody that knows ska.
Yeah,
And
I
they'd
think
be like,
they'd say what?
yeah, and then they'd be like, well, we have an in. We're gonna get Barrett Jones, who did Nirvana and is best friends with the Foo Fighters and Dave Grohl. And you're like, but he's never done ska before. It's like, I'm like, dude, go get Rick Rubin, go get, what's his name? John Feldman from Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Go, if you're going to spend money on something good. And they would always like, well, we got this guy who helped Michael W. Smith do his third album. Great. He
Michael
doesn't know
W.
anything about
Smith's third
ska.
album is incredible.
And then when we had Royce Nunley. Once we got Royce Nunley,
He knows
and then
about
it was
ska.
like, yeah. Well, Soundtrack and Sinner's Songbook sounded great, but the others, Gene was good, but he wasn't great. We enjoyed working with him, and it was adequate.
Yeah, Gene was like the Swiss Army knife for all the bands in Southern California. He was amazing, especially like for like dirty sounding like alt rock grunge stuff.
Yeah,
amazing.
For sure. Yeah.
Like that Bloomsday album is so good, even though that guy stole your Chinese food.
Chinese food. That son of a gun.
I think like Aaron Sprinkle is that in Seattle. He's amazing. He is good, but like, and I think he keeps getting better. Our thing was we were just loyal to Saki. Like he was one of us. We loved Saki. And so if it came down to a choice between like, should we branch out and spend an extra $100,000, get somebody else? Or do we get to hang out with this dude that's like our best friend? Do we get to like sleep on his floor for 2 months and play Halo? Hell yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I remember when we made, I think it was our last album. Keith and I brought tents and we started in August, I think, recording. And he just let us camp in the yard. He's like, yeah, I got a queen size mattress if one of you guys want it. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I ran an extension cord out. I had a lamp out there and a table, and I would just like live in this tent. Well, we didn't finish until about November. So maybe we started later, but it was warm when we started. And by the time we stopped, I remembered I was freezing my ass off out there. It was almost winter. And we were still recording, and I was sleeping in this tent. I felt so punk rock, though. It's just like, I slept in a tent for that.
Just think if, unbeknownst to you, you doing that was the catalyst for all of these like homeless encampments throughout California.
Like, that guy's been there. He's been there a while and not been kicked out.
Yeah, he's got a good idea, man. I can't afford $500,000 for 1,000 square foot home in California, but I could spend $45 on a Coleman tent.
Yeah. Like, I love that California's like, why do we have a homeless problem? Like, because a 1-bedroom apartment costs $3,000 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
that.
Maybe you're onto something. It's funny that you talk about Saki like a best friend who you just want to like hang out with, because I never realized it until you said it, but none of like our producers were that to us.
Yeah.
Like Gene was like in his like 50s. So like he didn't want to hang out with us kids. Like he was fine and he was friends with us, but it's not like he was like, guys, hang out here tonight. We're going to do this. Or when we're done recording, do you want to go see a movie? Do you want to come over to my place for a barbecue? Like he didn't want to hang out with us. And then I remember we did some guy, I think his name was Vic something. He did one of our albums
Crown
that
Vic.
we ended up taking back to Gene.
Yes.
So Gene did like Motor City Ska. Then this guy like Vic did, I think, Scalleluja, but we didn't like the final mix. So we went back to Gene. Gene mixed it. Then we did Fight of My Life, which I think that one was Barrett. That one sounded awful. So then we took all the mixes back to Gene, and then Gene did that so we would always go back to Gene. And none of the other like producers that we had, we were friends with. Like I said, we would just, our record companies would like throw money at somebody to have them come in to do like a great album. And it's like, dude, get the guy whoever did the, Real Big Fish album, their first album, what's it called? Turn Off the Radio.
Turn the radio off.
Turn the radio off. Like whoever produced that, like, let's get that guy. Let's get some, to my knowledge, like an unknown who's still relatively cheap. But no, they didn't. They'd get these older guys that were in their 50s and 60s that we were just the next paycheck that came in. And so we never had that.
My theory in hindsight is that like the labels that most of us were on were just they like had a calculation, things were selling, there were records people were buying, and they were like, look, man, if this sells 30,000 units, we keep the lights on for this long. They weren't trying to, like, to them it was the same pipe dream for any of our bands to become the next big thing as it was, for us to become the next big thing. It was their same pipe dream. They didn't know how to do it, and they didn't have the machinery. Because I think a lot of those bands that were big and that were making it on radio, there was payola, like they were paying K-Rock to play it in LA, and paying these DJs to play their stuff, and that was how it was happening. Or like their A&R guys already had it, like they'd be like, hey, look, we already have this, we already have No Doubt, like play this is the next band, play Goldfinger. And I don't know, I just think we didn't have a chance. There was a slight chance we could have gotten huge, but I feel that, like, I do feel like Frank tried with all that he had to get us bigger, but and I don't feel like I feel like the stuff I did with Tooth and Nail, that was their calculation. When I put out the second Brave St. Saturn, I feel like they're just like, we got 10 bands coming out this year. Let's see what sticks. Maybe we'll get an MXPX out of this.
Yeah.
And it, whatever worked. They didn't have the machinery to kind of ramp it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about the old days.
Hey, is there any way you can send me like an MP3 of
my penis? What?
Yes. And I think we all have that already.
Uh-huh.
Of Amplify.
Yeah.
Off the Roper.
I'll send you. How about if I just send you a CD of it?
That'd be great. Because for whatever reason, I had your CD.
I bought them all.
Like
Some-
I had your CD. I uploaded it into my iTunes catalog,
Mhm.
into my iTunes library, but Amplify will not play.
All right.
It shows up and it's darked out.
Okay.
And it won't allow me to play it. And so I haven't been able to play that song in, I'd probably say it's probably been 8 years since I've been able to play that song.
Well, the good news is it's not very good.
I enjoy that song a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
So what's your next song?
So for me, the next song on Upbeats and Beatdowns is a song called Cool Enough for You, which is it was one of our earlier songs. We weren't it wasn't like something we were trying to put together for the album. We had been playing that song for a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, like Five Iron wasn't that old by the time we made that album. A year. But I forgot to see who wrote it. I was gonna do this after talking about it last time. Songwriters Yoav Goran, Matthew McCloskey, Julian Jorgensen, and Jeffrey N. Feynman wrote that.
Are you serious?
I think we have the same problem you do.
What is it with all these Swedish people stealing our stuff?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I've got to do. I don't know which person. Hang on.
Jorgen.
Discography.
Jorgen.
I think if I asked the guys in the band, they also would be like, yeah, I don't remember. Okay, Upbeats and Beatdowns, Cool Enough for You. Still doesn't say who wrote it. Where does it say that? Like Wikipedia? Do I gotta go get my albums out? That's not happening. Shoot, man. Okay, maybe at allmusic.com. Oh, yeah. Okay, this works. Cool Enough for You, Dennis. Dennis wrote it, and then Scott is the second writer. He must have modified it.
What website did you go to?
It's called allmusic.com.
Okay, let me see.
So that sucks for Julian Jorgensen and Matthew McCloskey.
Allmusic.com.
Yeah. So this does sound like a Dennis song. Like Dennis, when he came, he definitely gave us so much legitimacy because he was a music minor at the University of Denver. He is probably the only one of us that can read sheet music. I mean, I can pick it out. I can be like, every good boy does fine. FACE. That's a quarter note. Like I could pick through it if I have to. But probably the other guys can too. I just don't think any of us learned. I mean, the other horn players sure learned it in bands, but that's not how they do it now. Dennis will hand them a piece of paper, or they'll work through it in some workshop they're doing, where they'll just be like, oh, okay, that's A, that's a G, that's just, and they'll just like write it out, the letters. We're not writing music, but Dennis can read it. He's smart. He wrote this song apparently, and Scott is the second writer, so I think he modified it, and then I was the lyricist. And what it's about is just that, like, we at the time were playing all these clubs, and immediately we're kind of getting picked on by both sides. And I was like, this is not that I was complaining about it. It made me feel super punk rock that like the church kids were like, they're not Christian enough. They're playing, the Ramskeller with Goldfinger, or they're playing this show with Les and Jake, or at the Mercury Cafe, and then because we were kind of like the just like this utility band for the guy that was booking all of the secular shows in Denver, we'd open up for punk bands, like bands on Epitaph. I remember opening for this band called Tilt. They were on Epitaph. They had a girl lead singer. They're so good. And like hardcore bands, and then ska bands. And I was like, what is this about? Like, this is kind of like an earlier version of Handbook for the Sellout. Just that, like, I was like, well, me being like a newer Christian, I was like, well, what matters is that God loves me, and I don't care if I get my affirmation from these people. And so that's kind of what the song is about. It's kind of sassy, but I love how it ends. I love, like, I put this because I got to come up with the idea for our set list for these shows we're playing this year, and I put it as the last song, not because I think it's the greatest song, but I think like how it ends with these la 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 la. It's so fun, and I was like, that'd be such a cool way to end a show.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I always like you guys ending with Every New Day.
Yes. We can't do that when we are opening for other bands, just because it's weird. It's like a heavy moment. And I think there's a point where it feels to me like casting your pearls before swine, where you're just like, that's a mean thing to say. It's not like that. It's just like something about that song is sacred to us, like that. It's very special. And I think just playing it every show, you tend to lose that. So sometimes we'll take it out and not play it for a year or two, and then put it back in just because it stays special that way, I guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. I just love, because I mean,
I love when you get up and sing with me.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's cool.
I like that too.
Yeah, because you can remember my lyrics better than I can.
I try.
You have to try very hard. You remember lyrics, and I can't.
I still think it's absolutely hysterical that you're like, I don't know if this is a song that was done prior to, or if we worked on this in the studio.
Yeah,
I know we have talked about this
how
ad
goofy
nauseum.
that is. Well,
ad nauseum.
So for this album, I don't think there was any of that. I do think there was some tweaking in the studio with lyrics,
which everybody does.
We'll get to Faking Life, and I'm pretty sure I was like learning the melody of that in the studio because Leonore wrote the lyrics. But this one we had been playing live, and it was cool. I think we were good at it. It was cool. What I like about it is, I kind of got better at lyric writing by the time we got to Five Iron Frenzy. We did our punk, like our thrash industrial band Exhumator, and those lyrics are garbage. And what I realized by the time we got to Five Iron was like, don't wrap everything up. Don't be so finger pointy. Like, every song doesn't have to tell everybody about how they're bad or they need to fix things. Like, write songs about yourself. And in this one, it's like loosely kind of pointing fingers at like the punk ethos, or like this kind of sellout ethos that you're like, these guys aren't cool anymore, or they're not punk enough or ska enough. And just like, I'd love that. I guess at that point, even I was like, it's got to be about feeling peace, not about how it makes me angry that they're doing this, but I'm like, I got a peaceful feeling. I don't want to fight no more. Got a peaceful feeling. I don't care if we're punk or ska or hardcore enough for you. Like, I do like that. At least by that point, I felt that way, and it was softer. It was more like, and especially the end. Like, it's not mean at all. It's like, hey, let's just sing this La-Las. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, no,
cool enough for
it's
you.
definitely something that, you had a good, you know, 4 years on me, and another band that you were able to stumble through and learn and get some learning lessons on the way, whereas the Insiders are my only band I've
Yeah.
ever been a part of. And so all my stumbling, all my trying to figure out, how to say things, and we've talked about it on this show before, and as we're trying to craft the set list and stuff like that for Furnace Fest, it's the same way. I'm trying to figure out, because going through all those growing pains,
Yeah.
that's what our set list is. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that love the Insiders because they love Motor City Ska.
Yeah.
People tell me weekly how much they love that album. They think that's our greatest album. And a lot of that stuff is cringy and embarrassing for me because it was written when I was a kid. And so, to not have tried other bands or had
Yeah.
something else and learn those lessons.
But Joey, it's good. Like, you talked about Insane Clown Posse. It's miles above that. Like, miles above anything they've written lyrically. As another lyricist, I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's way better. And I mean, like, I've told you about
even
this
lyrics like bucked your mother at the Motel 8, fingers in her booty, strawberry shake. Daddy walks in to see the sick clown moving his butt cheeks up and down.
Yeah.
I mean, we have stuff on Motor City Ska that's better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think you do.
Oh.
Or that song about magnets.
Yeah, how do those work?
How do they work? It proves that God is real because it's a mystery. Clouds. Where did they come from? No, I mean, like, listen, dude. It is no. Like, I told you about this article I read about William Shatner kind of coming to terms with being Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
So, like, he did the Star Trek series, which I think was only 3 years, got canceled. Then the fans were like, why is it canceled? It was so huge that Paramount was like, okay, we'll try a movie. And it was huge. And then Star Trek slowly became huge. It's bigger than I think it's ever been. But I think William Shatner hated it for so long because he was just like, I was a Shakespearean actor, I'm a good actor. And what I'm portraying there is silly. It's his dad was a pro wrestler. So he would use his dad's old fight moves. And it was not everything looks cheesy and homemade.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even the best sci-fi of the time. I mean, for TV though, it's good writing and it's amazing. And so he felt like this, and then somehow he was hanging out with Patrick Stewart. What the hell?
And then it just stops. Your fire alarm goes off and then just stops.
My house is haunted.
Are you the only one home?
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
Bizarre. I hope there's not a fire.
What, do you smell anything?
No. That was weird.
Your fire alarm just went off and then just stopped on its own.
That was weird. It was like 4 beeps. So he was hanging out with Patrick Stewart, And like Patrick Stewart really embraced Jean-Luc Picard, and he was for real. Like he was in Dune. He had a career before that, but nothing in like as big as being Captain Picard. And he was just like trying to commiserate with him, Shatner was, and saying like, "Hey man, this sucks, right?" And Patrick Stewart is like, "What are you talking about? These people love Star Trek. What you made, it's their whole life. They freaking love Star Trek. There's all these conventions. People are dressed up as you. They love you. You made that. Who else gets to do that?" And I'm like, so it's easy to look back at something you made in your 20s, your first album, and you're like, or you at 18, I could have done better. But that's somebody's youth, like somebody as a teenager found that album, found Motor City Ska, and was like, these guys get me. This is cool. Like, this is my favorite album. There's a lot of people, and that's their favorite album. And, like Carnival's their favorite song from it. And that's freaking cool, man. Like,
No, yes.
you could do better now. Of course you can.
Correct.
But you can't be at that point in time again for those kids who are adults now. And you can't match that. And you can't take that away from them either. So like, as much as I want to dog on Five Iron, I realize like what a blessing it was to just be part of someone's youth, just to be somebody's favorite band for a minute, or to have those songs like people listen to across the world. And we had no knowledge of it, and they still have all these core memories associated with those albums.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool. It's such a blessing. And I mean, like when you were writing it, that was your hope, even though you didn't have the foresight to write great lyrics or have any very solid, wisdom or experience in your life. You still were part of that for somebody. You still were somebody's favorite band, and that was still somebody's favorite album at that point.
Right.
So cool.
Right. And I know you've given me that pep talk before, and I understand it, and I know it. Like I 1000% agree with you. 1000%. I think what I was trying to get at is more along the lines of prior to what's the first track on Upbeats and Beatdowns, like the Wild West?
Yeah, the Old West.
So prior to the Old West, you had other bands and you had other songs that were written.
Yeah.
So prior
Which I'm glad not everybody has heard.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, so the first songs that I didn't get like a mulligan. Yeah. So those first songs that I wrote are on our debut album.
Yeah, but man, it's not bad at all.
Well, I appreciate that. But you can always look at, I'm past just because my sense of humor is self-deprecating.
Yeah.
I'll always I'll make fun of our newest stuff. I mean, like, it's just, that's what I do, is I just make fun of myself, similar to, the way that you do as well. 1 second. Big Yawn. Ooh, dude. Big Yawn. That's going to be my rap name. But so like, I'm always going to make fun of myself and make fun of it. But I do know at my core everything that you just said. Like, I do understand, and from listening to fans and talking to friends, that we've met in this community and social media and stuff like that. Like, I don't take it for granted, and I'm blessed to be able to have that in my past and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what got us down this road to begin with. I don't know what started this whole ball rolling, but
we talk about our songs. We're on a podcast, Joe.
Yeah, we're doing this is our podcast.
Right. That's what's happening.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Not the podcast that you go and do with other people, and then you don't even plug this show.
What? Me?
Unbelievable.
Joe.
I've been on a couple of podcasts, and I pumped this show the entire time.
I went to the gas station and I pumped the whole time.
I bet.
I did.
I bet.
I was pumping and talking about this show. I said, hey, man, you look like you could use a boot or a pickle.
Hey, buddy, you look like you want a pickle.
Hey, man, you look like you could use a pickle in you. That's what I say to people.
They're like, oh, some pervert out at the gas pump.
They're like, not here, later.
They're like, what? They're like, didn't you read the bathroom stall door? You meet here tomorrow. Man, I'm yawning like crazy. I've hit a wall.
It's because it's time. We're 56 minutes into this, Joe.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we can be done.
We're done.
There's no rules here.
No, let's call it.
This is crazy. We own this podcast.
It's 9:29. I'm going to be asleep by 9:42.
That's a bold prediction.
I think it's going to happen, in all honesty.
All right. Do you need me to call you at 9:43 just to see if it really happened?
just blow up my phone. No, you know the greatest thing I ever did was I turned the do not disturb on my phone on.
That's so nice that you can do that.
Yeah, and then I only have it so like if my kids call me, like they'll come through. No, everybody else it just goes to voicemail. I
need that, like where I can just do not disturb the people in my band because they don't understand time zones.
You can.
I can. I will. I want to do that because the people at the nursing home down here need to call me and be like, "Hey, somebody fell," or you know that aide that we have that seemed like they were going to go on a murderous rampage? Well, they did. So you need to come down here. I can't have the phone off for that.
They just pumped bleach into IVs.
Mm-hmm. I need to get that call.
Yikes.
No, it's mostly people calling out. And be like, I'm like, quit faking it. Do you need the day off? Just take it. Just do it. Stop coughing.
Stop How do you say cough if you're pronouncing, because isn't there a G in it?
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. That's how you'd say it.
Go to bed.
I'm going to.
You're making me sad right now, Joe. How tired you
Seriously, in the last 5 minutes, I just got so tired.
Yeah.
I hit you guys. See, you guys, this is what I do. I leave it all on the field. I gave it all to you. It was 8:30 when we started recording. I did it all. I stayed up for you guys. I got fired up. Gave you all my energy.
Joe stayed up till 9:31, guys.
And now it's 9:31 and I'm tired.
You're probably giving $5 a month and you're rethinking that. You're like, maybe I should have pledged $6.
Yeah.
$5.30.
Yeah.
$5.31. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
all right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next week when you'll hear about more songs that we wrote.
I don't even know what's next on the album, so I'm glad you made that vague.
I think mine's. I think I'm Motor City Sky. I think the next one is Compadre.
Compadre? What are you?
Again, all these song titles, no clue where they came from. I didn't do them.
Carnival? Compadre?
Yeah.
Nate is playing some crazy games with your head.
Oh my gosh, you have no clue.
Yeah.
All right. Let's call it.
Okay. Peace be with you. Of pizza.
Hey,
Bye.